Yesterday may have been a little turning of the tides in the crypto market. And what I mean by that is not only did we see our first reaction to good news in quite some time, but we also had this happen for the first time in 2 weeks. And this might signal a little bit of a changing of the guard moving forward. We're going to talk about this, what happened in the PC report that was actually a good sign for the market, and how ADA is reacting to potentially some good news this weekend. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. Before we get into things, just want to show you guys something cool. We actually have cameras set up in our barn now, and we actually had another baby yesterday. I mean, we've been having babies like crazy, but yep, here we go, mom and baby. She's actually kind of a jerk cow. We need to get rid of her, but but yeah, new baby. Thought you guys would find that interesting. But what we saw yesterday from ADA was a very nice bounce back to the upside. We were all the way down here, floating in that kind of 58 to 62 cent range, like we were talking about. And then the PCE report hit, and we got a nice little surge back to the upside. That was a nice slingshot moment for the crypto market. ADA at that time was about 59 cents, and it very quickly shot back up within trend, back within structure, actually back even all the way into our broadening descending wedge. And what I find kind of interesting is we keep coming back to this wedge. We keep wanting to stay in structure, and that's, I think, a very important sign for ADA in general. And I'll get to this more in just a moment. But the big news that we got yesterday was January's PCE report, often called the Fed's Reserve favorite price gauge. There you go. That was weird. Was consistent with the consensus forecast. Specifically, monthly core and headline inflation both came in at 0.3%, bringing the annual measures to 2.5% and 2.6% respectively. The data surprise was elsewhere at 0.9% monthly income growth was more than double the consensus forecast of 0.4%, while spending unexpectedly fell. Guys, that's exactly what you want to see. You want to see people's savings on the rise, but you want to see people spending less. People are trying to hoard capital right now. And what tends to come with that hoarding of capital is trying to make more capital. It's basically this process we got to go through, right? Now, understand that this process takes time, but what we also saw was then the likelihood of a rate decrease actually surge for June. It surged to almost 60%. So what we're really now approaching is the end of quantitative tightening. That doesn't mean we're going to shift right towards QE. There might be a pause, right? But we are on the right path. And this got the market very, very excited. All right. We actually saw BTC surge back within trend. Very strong sign here. But really the big surprise was a huge shift in institutional money. In fact, what we saw was the first green day, the first net positive day from the institutional BTC side in over 2 weeks. That is a good shift. Now, that being said, BlackRock was still doing heavy selling. But what you're starting to see was actually some of these other players start to outpace what BlackRock is doing. And then eventually BlackRock will shift and start the accumulation. Now, just for a little bit of context, the Ethereum side was still an outflow day, still big selling by BlackRock. But like we talked about, there comes a moment where things slow down and they start to shift the opposite way. Now, that being said, maybe this is just a little blip, right? I'm just going to play devil's advocate. Maybe this is a blip and we go back to selling. We'll have to wait and see. We're getting into the weekend. We know how weekends go. They could be good. They could be bad. We had a good weekend last weekend, but unfortunately, we just dealt with so much, again, negative stuff. The selling by Binance, who is claiming that they're not selling despite us seeing it on chain. But that's another story for a different video. Now, what we are also seeing was a big shift in short interest. All right. So again, they've piled in very heavily on top of these ranges. This is a post by Crypto Rover. But what I thought was very interesting is what has been happening in terms of ADA short interest. Guys, look at the shorts up above here. This is going to be a lot of fun as we're trying to make these moves to the upside. And what we may also be seeing in terms of, ADA is actually a little bit of an inverse head and shoulder building, right? Oh, if I could draw here. Wow, I can't draw. Left shoulder, head, potential right shoulder building. I mean, this is the thing that could, in fact, slingshot ADA back to the top of its trend. All right, I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but there's a lot of things at play right now. And unfortunately, we'll just have to sit and wait through the probably boring weekend. Nobody knows where things are headed, but I at least wanted to highlight a couple of those things that are changing in the crypto market. We may very shortly be talking about a fun market again, rather than just a market that eternally bleeds. All right. So I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts. Where do you think things are headed as we head through the weekend? But have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.